So a very good morning and welcome back to the channel, and what's quite an opportunistic trip out this morning to capture a few images, get out into nature, get some photography on this beautiful morning. There's a chance of mist looking at the weather last night, and it's certainly delivered. We've got a beautiful morning, got the mist drifting through the trees and across the water down here at the fishing pool. Some of you may well recognise this spot where I've done a couple of films from in the past. Talking of which, it must be 12 months since I've last put a video out, so I thought we'd also take the opportunity to have a chat about what I've been doing over the last 12 months, bring you up to speed, and just share with you where I'm up to, what I've been doing, and why there's been no films for the last 12 months. So I've got beautiful lingering mist down here at the pond, and to capture the full depth, breadth and width of the scene, doing a panorama shot, vertical pano, got my tripod dead level, the bubbles in the centre, just doing a third of a turn here, capturing those lovely spring greens and the ethereal scene with the mist lingering over the pond. Just one more. We have a fisherman in the scene as well. So I was just wandering down the side of the pond here, and the sun's rising through the trees across the water, the mist drifting across. I'm just going to grab a shot here. So for this shot we're at, again, ISO 100 f11 1/8 of a second. Oh, it's beautiful. The joys of getting up at this time in the morning. Let's have a look at that one. Oh yeah, that looks nice. I've just walked round to the other end, the opposite end of the pool, and got the mist drifting through the trees across the water. A couple of ducks swimming, and this makes for a lovely scene. This is f16 ISO 100 1/3 of a second. Again, that beautiful ethereal look to the scene. Maybe just wait for the sunlight to come through like it was in that last shot. Yeah, we'll just give it a few minutes and see if that sun breaks through and get a few shafts of sunlight coming through. So while we're just waiting for that sun to break through the trees and provide some shafts of light through the trees across the water, just thought we'd have a bit of a catch up, like I said earlier, and let you know what's been going on in the last 12 months, and to rewind the clock We put the house on the market about 18 months ago with a view to downsizing, the plan being to sell our previous property and to invest the equity from the sale into a smaller property now that all 3 children have flown the nest. And yeah, the plan was to buy a smaller property together with a heron coming down there. Wow. Yeah, I got distracted there, sorry. Yeah, the plan was to downsize, split the equity into a smaller property and a van conversion so that we can travel around the UK and Europe in our van and take some trips, and obviously afford the opportunity for some photography while we're out in the van as well. So after the last video, which was I think from down here actually, probably about 12 months ago, we secured a sale on our own property, and we were on the hunt for something. We found a couple of properties, both of them fell through due to bad surveys, but we didn't want to lose the sale we had on our own property, so we put everything into storage and moved in with our daughter who lives in Leeds. Everything into storage included all my camera gear, so over the whole of the summer and the early autumn period I was without all my gear, so there was no photography going on there. But of course it was mad busy house hunting and then going through that house purchase process. We eventually moved into our property early November, and as these things happen, the van also arrived mid-November, so it was a chaotic month. And of course on the run up to Christmas it was mad busy. We moving into the new house, collecting the van, getting ready for Christmas. So it wasn't until the new year I think I went out with the camera, although I sneaked a little trip out just after the last video from down here. I did sneak a trip out, took the push bike out, went again down to a local spot and was out for sunset. Caught this lovely little image called Shelter. First time I actually got out with the camera was back down here. Again we had forecast of snow. It's the only snowy day we've had in 2024. Saw the forecast and thought I can't miss this opportunity, so I came down to beach pool here, this lovely fishing pool, and took some images, and I'll share those with you now. So having bought the new house and the van conversion, we were desperate to get out, and with the melee of the house move and Christmas, it wasn't until January when we first got a trip out, and we just went for a couple of days in Southport. Found a few issues with the van, a few snagging issues, and had to get the van booked in for a service to get some of those warranty issues sorted out, but managed to grab a couple of images down at Southport. So after the trip to Southport and a few little incidents with the van, we did manage to get out a couple of months later, and we took the van down to Thurstaston on the Wirral. Lovely spot along the old railway there. some lovely walks, and got down to Caldy Beach. Some beautiful groins down there which I managed to get some images of, and I'll share those with you as well. So yeah, while we were staying down at the campsite at Thurstaston and got those images down at Caldy Beach, had a trip out to West Kirby, which you can walk into along the old railway track. It's a lovely little walk down past Caldy Beach and to West Kirby itself, and got down there for high tide early one morning and caught this image. Yeah, so while we're on Thurstaston, we also took a trip down to Meols. Weather wasn't fantastic, but it was a great opportunity to practice some black and white photography, given the conditions that I had that particular afternoon. And these are the images that I captured from that particular trip. So I hope you enjoyed those images. We then took the van out, just a day trip actually, down to Crosby. Visited Anthony Gormley's, another place down there on the beach at Crosby. Quite busy actually when I got there, and went down for sunset and found this spot on the top of the dunes, and literally just sat on that particular spot, that perch, and took images. It was quite a good exercise actually, just staying in one spot and seeing what different images I could capture. And these are the images I got from that particular evening. So other than the van trips, I have been out with the camera locally, got down to Highfield Moss, captured a few images of my favourite lone tree down there, and also got some pictures as the sun was rising through the trees. Quite Serengeti-like, if I'm being honest, thinking back to those images that I captured, and I'll put those ones up for you and let you have a look at those now as well. So like I said at the beginning, I have been out and about with the camera. I've just not made any films, not made any videos. It's just been great to get out with the camera, focus purely on the photography and not have the pressure of having to create films and videos. Oh, here comes the heron again. Wow, just waiting to see if he's going to land and we can get a picture. In fact, there's two of them. Let me just... No. Are they going to land? They have, but in the trees. Determined to grab those before we finish this morning. So I've quickly thrown on the long lens here. It's quite a distance away, right perched right on the top of that treetop there. Here's the in-camera footage, and take that image and see if we've captured him. He's sat patiently up there. Yeah, I think I've got him there. Yeah, I've got him. So quickly through the 70 to 200 to capture that heron perched up on there on the top of the tree. So back to the update and the catch up. I'm getting bitten to death. The midges are out this morning. It's 7:30 now, and can really feel those bites. But yeah, I've racked the old grey cells, and I think I've covered all the trips and outings that I've had with the camera over the last 12 months. And if there are any that I've missed, that I've not thought about, you'll be seeing those images on the screen right now. So I've had a really enjoyable time out and about with the camera, and that leads me into the final trip that we had, which was a week out in the van where we travelled up to Scotland, spent some time in Galloway Forest, caught the ferry from Cairn Ryan across to Larne in Northern Ireland, and spent some time over there. We had beautiful weather, it was gorgeous, it was fantastic to get out in the van and spend some time both off grid and on a couple of campsites as well. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and to that end I'm relaunching my travel channel, which is called Escaping Reality, and that covers all my trips, travels and adventures in the van. It includes my photography that I take while we're out and about, and I'll leave a link to that channel for you, and if you want to have a look at that and have a gander, please feel free to do so. So I'm just cataloguing and collating all the footage and the imagery from that trip, and hopefully there'll be 2 or 3 episodes coming out, if they're not already out now, depending on which film comes out first, this one or the Escaping Reality channel trips and adventures. So yeah, I think that's about it. It's been a very eventful last 12 months. The house move was super stressful. I don't want to go through that in a hurry again, but yeah, we've settled in, we've got the new house, we've got the van, loving getting out and about in the van and travelling. It's absolutely fantastic, and as I said, you can see that on the new channel Escaping Reality. The sun has come up, but we've lost pretty much most of the mist now, so I think I'm going to call it a day there. It's probably been quite a long video with all the images from previous trips and a catch up on the last 12 months, so if you have stuck it out this far, thank you ever so much for watching. It really, really is appreciated, and hopefully some more videos coming out soon. So thanks again for watching, and you take care, you stay safe, be good, and see you on the next adventure. Goodbye.